Hallo ihr lieben Menschen da draußen und herzlich willkommen zur inzwischen vierten Folge von Draugen. Und wir sind das erste Mal im Obergeschoss des Hauses und haben durch dieses Tagebuch einiges an Background-Informationen erhalten, wo wir so ein bisschen mehr über die Familiengeschichte erfahren haben und die Zusammenhänge. Wir sind hier vor dem Klavierspiel stehen geblieben. Und hier ist der Draugen Waltz und ich glaube, dass es Drachenwalzer heißt, oder? Wir spielen ihn einfach mal. Okay. Ein schönes Stück. Und wir können hier wieder zeichnen. Finde ich gut. Wenn wir die Chance haben, sollten wir sie natürlich auch nutzen. Vielleicht vervollständigt sich das Bild irgendwann. Oh Mann. Okay, die Betten sind relativ hoch, um wahrscheinlich der Bodenkälte so ein bisschen ja, zu entkommen. Aber auch sehr praktisch, was den Einstieg und Co. angeht. Wenn man sich mal überlegt, wenn nachts die Blase drückt, ich würde mir ja andauernd irgendwas anstoßen an den Kanten. Aber es ist natürlich schön gearbeitet, muss man sagen. Schauen wir. Okay, wir haben ein neues Bild angefangen. Okay. Oh, das Zimmer von Ruth.
This is her room. Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever. Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet, she was 8. She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
The cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
something important enough to draw.
Okay, es sieht so aus, als ob sie einen Schatz gefunden hat. Und das sieht aus wie die streitenden Brüder.
That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
Auf jeden Fall hat sie einen unguten Gesichtsausdruck bei dem Ganzen.
She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth? Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
Verbanelsen. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew. It looks like this box under her desk.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out.
Okay, dann öffnen wir die mal.
What is this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. They belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
If we're to believe her drawing, perhaps the mine. She may have found a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things.
Und alle Wege führen in die Mine. Oha. Und ich glaube, die Vermutung ist richtig. Sie hat eine Grabstätte gefunden.
Draugen.
Hey, the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories. This looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
Klar.
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen, the reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner, heralds death. Draugen haunts the Black Seas in a shattered boat. The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester, but instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed, and the revenant's chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice. Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living. If you wake from such a dream, you have been spared, though someone close to you... That's enough of that. It's nonsense, of course. Not something a child should be reading.
Do you think Draugen took our boat? Maybe he's out there, on the fjord, waiting for nightfall so he can return to shore.
No.
And your soul lacks poetry, Edward Charles Harden. I pity you.
Okay, aber das Kind hat auf jeden Fall daran geglaubt. Müssen wir mal schauen. Sind hier noch nicht durch. Müssen wir nochmal das Buch aufheben? Weil wir kamen jetzt noch nicht raus.
She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth? This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
A community divided.
Ja, und auch hier sehen die Väter nicht glücklich aus. Oha.
There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
Well, she didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic events.
This is what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
The church bell. Someone's here. Maybe... Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble. I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We should be careful.
I told you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about all of this.
Meine Freunde, würde ich mal sagen, es geht auf zur Kirche. Eigentlich wollte ich da hinten noch mal schauen. Es sind nämlich noch mehr Räume. Okay, verschlossen. Hier noch was zu entdecken. Ich möchte eigentlich nichts verpassen, was uns in irgendeiner Form helfen könnte. Aber es sieht nicht danach aus. Okay. Ja, auf zur Kirche. Und ich glaube, wenn wir hier oben lang gehen, das war, glaube ich, eher einer der Wege, die wir gehen wollten. Dann sind wir schneller. Der Weg ist versperrt, um Gandalf zu zitieren. Mist. Es ist schon sehr, sehr komisch, dass jetzt hier die Glocken geläutet werden. Weil an irgendeinen Automatismus glaube ich nicht. Dann hätten wir ihn schon früher mitbekommen. Ist das eine Katze? Ne, eine Ziege.
Touched these since yesterday.
Who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs through.
That's nature, not God.
Can you peek through the boards?
Ich würde gerne, aber das wird unscharf.
See anyone?
No.
Listen. The bell. They're still in there.
bell.
This is giving me
I'm
the
here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
Na komm, Bretter weg.
Look at that. The Ethel becomes an Edward. I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet. Betty? Are you here? Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister,
Stop
Elizabeth.
shouting, Edward. We're alone. There. What's this rope for?
The bell.
This is the bell we heard ringing?
I don't see any other bells.
So you have to stand here and pull this rope to ring it.
Yes.
But there was no one here. You didn't see anyone, right?
No. No one.
Ghosts. I'm telling you. It's ghosts. So what happened to the hunchback of Grovik?
They must be here still. There's only the one exit.
Maybe it was the wind.
A church bell's too heavy. It can't have been the wind. I mean... I don't know. Maybe it was the wind. There's no one here.
I don't like that sound. Please stop.
Oh, was haben wir hier?
Look. Betty's gloves. They are definitely Betty's.
Oh,
She
for
got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make
Breadcrumbs.
sense.
She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves. Her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a lab.
Betty will have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill. What happened here?
The sign on the door. God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive.
Okay, wir lesen das mal.
What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language. He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
It sounds like Grovik was split in two, between those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
The sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements. Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune. Tilly Verandre.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly, but I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They were close friends once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us.
Oh. Wenn selbst der Priester oder Pastor es nicht hin...
What are you doing? We're in a church.
Thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility.
Jetzt habe ich den Faden verloren. Damit habe ich nicht gerechnet. Okay, Personen.
Final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you.
Eine Dinner.
The church book. A record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
And, Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead...
Her name would be in the book.
Vandals. Tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church. Look.
Ne.
How many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here. I know. Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me. I wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are.
Ja, wir sollten aber jetzt erstmal diese Seiten finden.
Found another one. You get it. It's right here.
Da stehen das erste Mal ganz, ganz viele Namen drauf. Oh Mann. Eine Seite fehlt noch. Ah, hier.
2 for 2. A tie. Good job, Teddy. Old
Stop,
bean.
Lissie. This is not a game. Betty's out there.
Of horse feathers. Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward. Betty, Betty, Betty. Will you ever shut up about your precious Betty? Put those pages back in the book, and I'll stop trying to cheer you up.
Die beiden sind wirklich wie Katz und Maus.
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the 3rd Fretland brother. The one who died in a cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Curse. That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Ui.
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Ward?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For a
Traitor.
Okay, Verfluchte, Mörder, Verräter. Nicht gut.
Edward? What's wrong?
The final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean she's...
she's not dead. She can't be. I'd know. I'd know.
Teddy.
I need to see the grave for myself. It's not Betty. Betty's still alive.
Teddy? Where are you going? Don't leave me! Edward!
You better not be here, Betty. I'll never forgive you.
Wo willst du hin? Ah.
This one. It's unmarked.
What are you doing? Have you gone completely mad? Edward, stop it!
Ich glaube, er wird nicht aufhören.
Thank God. It's not her. It's not Betty. It's not her.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
Ist schon eine Überreaktion in der Panik gewesen.
I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister
Or
like
what?
that.
Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing her. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just leave me be.
Fine.
Was?
Lissie? Alice? Come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
Haben wir uns unsere Begleiterin nur ausgedacht? Wir waren hier drin noch nicht fertig. Obwohl ich jetzt zutiefst verwirrt bin. Aber die Optionen in der Kirche haben sich uns jetzt verschlossen. Aber wo wollen wir jetzt hin? Ach, da ist sie.
I was afraid you left me. Now listen to me. No!
Was? Okay, da unten ist sie wieder. Wir haben uns sie die ganze Zeit eingebildet, oder?
Lissie.
Und die führt uns direkt zur Mine. 100 Pro.
Lissie, please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Of course you did. Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
You deserve to be alone.
Oh, das ist hart. Das ist hart. Haben wir uns das letzten Endes alles eingebildet?
Please, talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet? Your little plaything? Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden! I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable.
That escalated quickly.
Lissie. Alice. No. No, no, no. What are you doing?
What I
Oh,
should've
oh.
done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Nein, 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 nein.
Please listen. Hear me out.
Das Problem ist, ich kann nichts auswählen. Es verschwindet direkt immer.
I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no. What? No.
Oh, shit. Und das Wetter ist umgeschwungen und ich würde mal sagen, meine Lieben, bevor wir die Leiche untersuchen und feststellen, ob das Ganze real ist oder nicht, beenden wir diese Folge. Ich bedanke mich auf jeden Fall fürs Zusehen und würde mich freuen, wenn ihr bei der nächsten Folge wieder mit dabei seid. Macht's gut. Ciao.